Dear guests, dear colleagues, dear students, and dear followers on YouTube, welcome to another episode of Café Artistique. We are organizing Café Artistique and hosting at the Faculty of Creative Industries here in Hamburg. And Café Artistique, for the first-time comers, is our faculty's live streaming space where creative minds meet to explore design, culture, innovation, visual communication, and continuously evolving landscape of the creative industries. Each episode of Café Artistique opens a window into creative practices and the personal journeys behind the work. Today we have a very special guest with us, Ms. Termeh Yaghoubi. She is a Hamburg-based contemporary artist and graphic designer, and her work reflects identity, displacement, cultural memory, and the emotional realities of life in exile. Through recurring visual motifs and powerful figurative compositions, she explores belonging, resistance, rooting, and the complexity of navigating diverse cultural worlds. Termeh's artistic journey traverses many different locations like Istanbul, Tehran, Berlin, Tokyo, San Francisco, and now Hamburg. This journey covers also international exhibitions and many prestigious residencies, such as the Martin Roth Foundation that we are going to talk about. And her work continues to impress the audiences across borders. Dear Termeh, welcome to Café Artistique, and we are very happy to host you today.
Thank you.
I will actually start with a cliché. Could you please introduce yourself a little bit and describe what defines your artistic practice?
Hi everyone. I'm happy that you are here, and I hope that we can have a really great conversation about your experience. My name is Termeh Yaghoubi. 2 years ago, I came here because of the art residency from Martin Roth Initiative. And when I came here, for me, it was a little like a challenging. It was really like a huge difference between my culture and the problem that I had in my country and here. And I started to just show my feeling on my painting. 8 years I'm painting, I'm working on 3 series, and the general subject is about the metamorphosis. This series is about the metamorphosis, about the human. Other series I have is about the metamorphosis, about the culture, and another one is about how technology can affect on nature and the genetic people, genetic of everything, like genetic of animals and nature and people as well. And yeah.
So can you share also your background a little bit, how you started in Tehran and how it evolved?
Yeah. In Tehran, I had I was really not sure what I want about art, because I can say I am the first artist in my relative, and of course my family were like angry of me because of choosing that, because they are supposed to have they were pushing me to be engineer or doctor as other mothers. And but I was in university, I think I wasted a lot of time, 1 year I was teaching, I was learning IT, and after I tried to be engineer, and after that I tried to be a lawyer, and finally I got it that okay, maybe graphic design, because finally I had to decide about what I want to learn. And I studied graphic designer, but about the graphic, I was thinking that it's not all of the things that I want to do, because you also should consider what people want about the making logo, poster. It was not totally art for me. And out of university, when I was out to find a job, I see how was different, because I was thinking everything should be, artists should say it's a logo, I have a reason for that, but you should consider others because they want to pay money. And after just being out of university, I was thinking, okay, also I'm not happy with graphic. Maybe I should try other art, like a much more exciting art, much more independent art. And I decided to be actress in my country. I played some roles, but there was some problem because, in my country, hijab is a problem. And also when you are a woman and you cannot be free in the stage because they really take care of your hijab, and also you are not really free to act what you want. And that's why just 5 years I tried to find my way in the theater, but I was feeling that it doesn't work. And there was for me theater was really cool because I found some people around me, theater actor and actress, they are really easygoing, they are creative. And in that moment, I found myself, to have a communication with people. But again, after 5 years, I decided to find another art, and it was painting. And now I'm really happy that I'm a painter because it's actually me. It's exactly me. I know how I can just show my feeling in my art, in my painting.
So it's very interesting to actually to hear that you were first trying to be a lawyer, then an engineer, then actress. Do you think that that was mandatory for your journey to be today's Termeh?
Yeah, it was really effective because when you are in art, every type of art is interesting for you, but you cannot have all of them as a professional, But for me, it was like tasting them. Should I be actress? Should I be graphic designer? And finally, I see the huge freedom I had about the painting. And also, I had my family around me because when I was actress, my family was really, I couldn't meet them so much because I was usually out. And when I decided to be a painter, my family were really happy because I stayed at home like a good girl. And they really pushed me to be painter, because of being in the family. In my country, family are really important. And as you put the time for your family, they are more happy about you. But for me, it was not really about the family. It was about, okay, I have a color in my apartment, in my mother's apartment. I have my canvas. I cannot do outside, so it's the best way to be, with my family. They were watching movie, I was painting, and it was good collaboration, I think.
Yeah, it's a good compromise.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then you decided to move to Germany, to Hamburg. So from time to time, I think that Hamburg is very underrated in the world of art, but on the other way is a very good destination for artists from all over the world. And it's not a coincidence that we have the Faculty of Creative Industries in Hamburg at BSBI, because we have also very talented students from all the world. Yeah. What was your motivation to move in Hamburg?
Actually, I came not from Iran, from the Turkey. In Turkey, I was trying to show my art, but I was feeling it doesn't work again because even the culture was really close and we had the same problem. But I was thinking that I really don't know what it doesn't work. Maybe it was my first movement and I was really confused to find myself, and also I didn't have a safe place because it was not art residency in Turkey that I had in Germany. And when they invite me for art residency by Martin Root Initiative, I was here, and the first I just wanted to be free and just touch atmosphere, to know people, culture, and the difference. Also, I think Hamburg is really quiet. I don't think about the weekend. Weekend is really different, but it's really quiet, and I was really feeling alone, and I was thinking how I can find myself when I'm alone. It was like a rainy, it was a cold, and I didn't have any decision okay, paint or read the book or, I don't know, watch a movie to just grow up your idea about the painting. But generally, I can say that this quiet moment for me was effective because I was focusing on my inside, you know, and also I was missing and I was comparing the cultures and artists in the gallery that, you know, because I thought they are much more in the minimalist art, but my art is really a storyteller, you know, there's a lot of detail and I can talk about them. And just it was a quiet time for like maybe a little sad also, a little alone, but I think it was really like a good positive finally, yeah.
Yeah, we all love Hamburg, right?
Yeah.
It gives us a lot. So here comes another cliche. You've been living in different cultures,
Yeah.
and now you are living in a city with another culture, even for Germany.
Yeah.
So how it affects your artistic identity? I know that it's a very ambiguous question, but I like to ask this question to all our guests. So I will really like to know the behind the scenes of your artistic identity.
Yeah. I can say when I was in Iran, I really didn't work about the metamorphosis or immigration. I start from the much more from the Germany because in Turkey, you know, it was a lot of thing to do, and also it was my freedom, the first freedom, and I really tried to enjoy. And maybe I really couldn't paint more like here, but. In the beginning, I was thinking that maybe I should change my subject and which kind of subject can touch me now. And I just consider myself, I can say they are a self-portrait of me. Identity, immigration, when you are living in new country, you don't know anything about this country. And also I was shocked about you know, the difference about the culture and about also learning the language. It was for me, it is for me really difficult. But I was feeling that, okay, now I can be a really great actress for my painting because immigration touched me, the challenging, the problems, and also, you know, finding friend, it was really for me hard. And keeping the friend as well, because it's basically you should make again yourself, you know, you should remodel again yourself. In my country, I was like, I was painting 8 hours a day, I remember, and I was not worried about going out because I had my friend with the same, you know, we were understanding each other more. And I had my apartment and there was no problem. But here, it's equal, you know. Grow up your painting and find a place for showing your art, find a community and think about the selling and think about language. It's all of the thing, I think it's a heavy, but also it really affects on my art because I can explain detail by detail that what happened for me and what kind of problem immigration has when they are in new country.
Okay, so it leads us to my next question about identity. Previously, we had also another guest, and then we were talking about roots. So sometimes we are thinking about roots. It is the country where we do live, or the country of origin, etc. So I asked her about our roots because I feel that my 5 senses are now my roots. So it's a bit also a personal preference when it comes to actually describe your identity. So your work often deals with identity as well as exile and belonging.
Yeah.
Can you please tell us a little bit how those themes, these topics affected your work? Is exile, identity, as well as the belonging. Do you feel, for example, belonging to Germany, Hamburg, or you feel that your roots are somewhere else because you've been to many other cities, from Tokyo to San Francisco or to Berlin, and how do you feel about it?
To be honest, I really, I'm not belong to Germany. There's a really great opportunity to show your art, but for me, emotionally, something should touch me to say that it's my country. Because we are like looking for some commenting usually about being deep about the location, being deep about our friend. And for me, I can say now I'm such a confused about should I stay here or not. Just I'm just thinking about maybe if I'm much more successful about selling my art and improving my art, I can think about staying in Germany. But I think usually when you are immigration, you doesn't belong to anything, just you belong to your culture, your country. But when in your country there's a problem, like a dictator, like a bad economy or everything, you usually compare, your mind usually is comparing. And I know that you should not do, because there's some benefit here that you didn't have in your country. And also now you lost something that you had before. And I know that comparing sometimes doesn't work, and it just makes you to be more depressed about what you are doing. But about the exile, also motivation. There is no way, you have to be strong, and it's a really huge motivation. You just can find your height side. Before, I was thinking I'm independent person in my country. And when I moved here, I was thinking, I thought that maybe I was not enough independent. Now I'm much more, much more stronger. Struggling for finding your life, finding your culture. Of course, I think that you have your original culture. Now you have a second culture is different. And you should create your third culture. Some of your original culture and some of new culture, maybe both of them, and you should just find a balance about that. And I think exile also, it's like a great journey because you look at with detail about everything. Maybe you can see the darkness more, but also I think about art, I can say about myself, when there is a challenging or dark or deep or sadness, I'm much more going to painting. I'm much more active because I want to be out of that. I want to focus on other things, not about the problem about the immigration.
Nice. Thank you for this honest and, showing all your emotions. So when we are actually staring at your art, so it's very interesting. I can see from here that you are also actually working on details, as you mentioned, and lots of numbers, lots of recurring motifs. Can you please tell us a little bit about your artistic language? So lots of symbols, hidden symbols there.
Yeah.
I don't know if they are subliminal, subconscious messages or not, but it's very interesting and different. Can you please tell us a little bit about your artistic language?
Yeah, sure. It's the name of series Looking for Godot, and the name actually it inspired me by the Waiting for Godot from the Samuel Beckett. But there's a difference because in Waiting for Godot, there was two characters, Vladimir and Estragon. They were looking for God. They were looking for some savior, and they were waiting, but they couldn't move. They had a problem. They were sad, but they couldn't move because they were expecting that the God is finding them. But looking for Godot is a different. Looking, it means that about the waiting, you just wait, there's a no act, but about the looking, you are more active, you are looking, you are watching, you are like maybe losing something, but you are moving. It's really important. And in my painting, usually I have a woman, it's the most important character for me. And also there is a fish, there is a horse, and there is a bird. About the fish, I can say that the fish for me is sign of swimming in the really huge area, and you don't see it. You don't see the end, but you have to swim. But we also have a really great book, and the name of book is Black Small Fish. And one day the fish is asking some question from the family that, do you think what we can see in other side? Is it all of the thing that we have, or we have to just search more? Maybe it's not everything. And he decided to have, decided to travel, and he found a lot of like risk, dangerous thing, but he found a lot of answer for his philosophy question. And for me, fish is like that. It's a swimming, it's just living without knowing about the future. Of course, we can plan, but we cannot sometimes plan, just sometimes it happens. And I have a bird as immigration for me, because when you are immigration, you have to choose some of your stuff. About myself, it was like 30 kilo. I had the permission to have my own stuff, and I was thinking, okay, how I can, books, painting, my outfit, and it's just the stuff. But also, I was thinking about when I can meet my parent again, when I can meet my family again, when I can come back in my country again. It was one part losing about your emotional thing, and another part was which kind of stuff are important for you to picking up them. And bird for me is like an immigration, because the bird usually move to other area to find a better weather, and they leave their house, and they want to have they want to, again, it's a challenging, they want to improve themselves in new area. And also I have horses, but it's not here. And in the history, when they wanted to send a message from the country by country, they were using horse. So for me, horse is a sign of the accepting message fastly. For me, the immigration, the disobedience people, the protests, the people that they are making protests, is like that. They accept new idea, and they have a really specific beauty, like a horse for me, because about the horse, education for horse, having the calm horse is really difficult, because they are really disobedient. And for me, when you want to make a revolution, you should have three things. One of them, you should leave something that before had, and you have to accept a new idea. You have to swim in the, maybe against the government, against some, unfair
establishment.
Unfair belief that history just gave us, that you should accept that. And three of them is for the revolutionary. The first revolutionary was woman, because of we have a religion story. It's about biting the forbidden apple. I don't consider the religion type. I just consider about how she made the protest, because the God say doesn't bite, but she said no, because she was curious about life, and she bite the apple, and our life start. And I'm really thankful, because I think when everything is calm and when everything is ready, there's no challenge. It should be boring. And it's the name of this painting is the first apple. Another one is the second apple, because the man was following her. The man also was coming to the life for making our world. Yeah.
It's very nice, very inspiring. Actually, it reminds me the allegory of Marshall McLuhan, the Canadian philosopher from 1950s. He was stating that the fish doesn't know, the fish in an aquarium doesn't know how to be dry. And sometimes I feel like a fish in an aquarium, because we are surrounded by daily struggles, challenges, and sometimes we don't even know what quiet or calm, relax is.
Yeah.
So maybe next time you can also have this inspiration in your paintings, because I really like the fish allegory in your painting. It's very interesting to see that the fish is swimming there and then it is hold here.
Yeah,
So
it's hugging the
yeah,
fish.
it's kind of interesting. We also mentioned the Martin Roth Foundation. So can you please elaborate a little bit this journey of yours with this foundation?
Martin Root Initiative was my first art residency. Actually, now I have a second one. It's from intro program, and also they support me 1 year for making my project.
Okay.
And for me, Martin Root was such a really huge support, because they were the first community that I know them in the beginning, and they were really friendly. They offered me to participate in some course of the Hofbika University, and about that moment, it was for me really interesting, because I participate in the nude course, and in my country we don't have nude. Maybe we have. It's in the in the height side, and I see how it's a difference education, because for me, I have the same, I have this style, and for me it's really difficult to have a portrait, like a realistic portrait. And in the beginning I was thinking they want to change my style, and how it's difficult for me, and I see not, they just push you to do your own thing. And I had a studio, it was a huge studio, and also living with community. There was 3 girls in my apartment, actually our apartment, and also I learned how I can live with the people also in the same room. And they sent me in the museum. They support me. They had a budget monthly for buying painting stuff, and I was like buying everything I need, even I don't need for next. It was really good. And also they made an exhibition for me, and I had 1 room, and I hanged all of my painting, and it was amazing, because I have a black and white 3. It's about a green idea. It was about how technology is affecting on our nature. Yeah. And I see people reaction, mostly Germany were in that side, because the form was bigger, and I see like Iranian or Spanish or Italian, they were much more in the colorful side, and I was just writing their reaction and how they like and how they understand about my genre and my idea.
Okay. We talked about how actually you decided to be an artist, and then how you are inspired in your art. Now we can maybe focus on the audiences, because you have many exhibitions in different parts of the world, including Tokyo, San Francisco, Berlin, Hamburg, Tehran, Istanbul, and so on. Yeah. So you have different audiences. So how would you evaluate these audiences? Recently I read an article stating that for the first time ever in the history of the humanity, we have 5 or 6 different actually generations, from boomers to alpha beta generations, and they have different patterns. It's very difficult from time to time to harmonize them. And do you also have this actually feeling from time to time that the audience is very diverse, is changing very fast, and then it's very difficult to catch them all?
In Tokyo and San Francisco and Japan, I was not actually there, because I was in my country and I couldn't travel there because of the passport. I can say about Berlin. Berlin was really, they were really open, and also the community was more than Hamburg, and they were really focusing on politics side more, I think. In Iran, it was more than really emotionally, when I was talking about the problem that we women have and how they struggle, how they try to fight, even in the small piece of protest. Even, for example, I have a friend, and they started to fight with some rules against them. Even in the family, there's some rules against the women. And when I was talking about, making revolution and just shouting, not, okay, we know that it's dangerous, but finally we can change something, we can affect about something. And when I was talking in Iran about my experience, I see some of them, they, especially women, they were crying. And because it was more familiar. In Wiesbaden, I had an exhibition. There was I don't know, I think she was Ukrainian, yeah. She was old, and she asked me like 45 minutes. She was asking questions about me, and she said, we have a freedom here. We don't care about what you are talking. And I was like, oh, okay, let's talk about the other way. And I said, hey, you know that I'm really sorry about some countries that we have a war, they have a war, but usually it's turning. When you don't care, maybe next time is your turn. Also about every revolution, when there's a war in outside, you say, okay, my apartment is fine and I'm fine, I have food. It never mind, my neighbor doesn't have. Finally, your turn is coming, yeah. And I said, I really don't wish like that, but at least you can consider not your life, you can consider other people that they are in danger, they don't have freedom, they have bad government, and I talk about them. If it's not your subject, it's fine, but it's my subject as well. It's my self-portrait, and I have right to talk about that.
It's also a part of being an artist,
yeah.
Right? To be the voice of many people
Yeah.
who are silenced.
Yeah.
Okay, so then it leads us to our next question about trauma and transformation and the echoes of diversity, these two projects you were involved with. How do you think that this trauma and transition impacted your work, and as well as these echoes of diversity? Just to combine them, okay, so it is a question of mine. Do you think that it is a trauma to be a part of the diversity in some part of the world, not only in Germany, but anywhere? Do you think that it's a kind of trauma, or it's part of the transformation?
Can be both of them,
Yeah.
I guess, yeah. Because also about the transportation, sometimes you see it doesn't work, and sometimes you feel that I try, but I don't have a really good result about how I try to make something. And when you come back and when you consider deeply about why it doesn't work, because you are, running for that, and your idea also is running, and it's like a really difficult to find and be successful about your idea. And when you deeply consider yourself and when you are honest about you, of course you can find the trauma in your life, trauma from the childhood, trauma from your experience in the country that it was not, a good country for you, or even in the family also there was a trauma. And I don't blame them actually. Also I don't say that thank you because of that trauma, because maybe if there was not trauma, I was making my life better, without stress, more calm. But I also don't blame. I just say, okay, it happened, and now I'm here because of a lot of trauma that I had. It's Termeh with trauma. Maybe Termeh without trauma was better, maybe worse, I don't know. But now I support myself, so fine.
Okay, let's go back to your artistic style. So can you please describe a little bit your creative process? How do you approach themes like bureaucracy or resistance, social structures, stereotypings, and everything that you are challenging with or you're struggling with?
Yeah. Sometimes I'm writing something about the. Sorry, because. I have a writing. Actually, I'm not poet, but sometimes when I'm really unable about the painting about my problem, I try to write something, and I think everybody's doing that. And it was a like example during the line that is bureaucracy line. Some people are dying, some people are falling in love, some people are even losing something, maybe job, maybe money, maybe family, because of showing how this bureaucracy is huge. You know, you just don't wait for some paperwork. You know, it's all of your life, because sometimes you should do that, and you cannot just go to other step, because basically you should do that, and it takes a lot of time. And I know about the bureaucracy here is really, really hard working, and also some friends, and they found the depression because of the bureaucracy. The letters also, I was really afraid of opening my letterbox and say, okay, again, a lot of letters. And bureaucracy for me is like, I don't think so that we need this much bureaucracy, because in other countries they don't have, they are much more happier, you know. Sometimes I know that humans are making rules for have a comfy life, but when it's more rules, it's complicated and it's against women. You know, I usually ask that, okay, when we have this much bureaucracy, everybody is sad about that, why they don't think about solving that? When we have this much paperwork and it's make people afraid of answering, afraid of opening the letterbox, they don't think about the other way, you know, because the rules should be for humanity, better life, not for stressing us.
Although we are all creative in the artistic world, in the world of art, in the creative industries, from time to time we have some habits. For me personally, of course, I'm not an artist, but I also, from time to time, observe that I have habits that I cannot change. It is actually the biggest motivation in the personal behavior as well, scientifically. Do you also have some habits in choosing some subjects, tradition, including to your art, personal background, history, etc.? For example, some artists are obsessed with some specific topics, like, I don't know, freedom or human rights or similar topics. Do you also have some preferences subconsciously that you always like to work on?
Sorry. I mean, some habit that I had already, and now I have to fight it.
Actually, sometimes we prefer to work on some topics, like you were using in these two paintings, especially the allegory of fish. Mm-hmm. Do you think that it is going to stay always with you, with your art, with your artistic language, or you are also changing your habits in choosing different subjects?
I don't know, maybe it happened because the first I should touch a subject, you know, when, for example, if I'm a politic person, I can paint politic. If I'm emotional,
Yes.
Yeah. I think probably it happened for me. I can think about the other subject, about maybe much more minimal, but not this much minimal, like a 1-2 brush, not this much. But I'm trying in my country, and maybe I can say 1 year ago it was a more detailed than that. But these days I try to have a background like that, you know, without a pattern, and I focus on the pattern on the body more. And yeah, I'm looking for a new subject, but I need to read books, a novel or something, because after waiting for Godot, I got it. And after a black small fish from the Samet Behrangi, the Iranian writer, I got it that, okay, fish is good for me. Now I can paint fish, and also it's equal with what I want to say. I need to read book more. Maybe I can find some subject and I can imagine the subject, because the interesting thing is I have a small piece of painting, and it was a daily. I was painting daily. After coming back from the offices, from the paperwork, I was emotionally and mentally really tired, and I couldn't focus on big one. And sometime my friend was talking with me, and I was painting their story. It was daily, she was talking about how she's thinking about moving. Another one is talking about how she fell in love and he doesn't want. And I was painting them, because in the beginning I should completely, the story completely should touch me, and after I just draw that and paint that. Yeah.
Cool. So another cliche, it comes to digital tools. Mm-hmm. What do you think of digital tools, using them in art? So do you also like to use them from time to time? We do also have a new kit on the blog. So the AI, some of the artists are, completely against it. Some of them are using them as a tool to improve their skills or to improve the way they see art. So how is your relationship between the digital tools and including the digital media and your work?
I have a series, and the series name is Meta Culture.
Okay.
I had this this challenging also in my life and also in my painting. And it's a Saqa Khana style. Saqa Khana is the Iranian style. And it's the Iranian international style. Saqa Khana say that you should talk about your locality, because locality is specific and it's beautiful for everyone, and it's also your identity. But you should not rely just to have your locality and be alone with that. To show more about your culture and your specific culture, specific literature, singing, art, you have to accept technology. You have to be modern, and it's a combine of the traditional and modernity. For me, artificial, it's for me like growing up. I know that, for example, if one day they say, because people are also afraid of losing their job.
Yeah.
But for art, I can say that no machine and no robot can feel like human. When my painting just take time, like one month you can see about the effect of my brush. I was sad, I was happy, and I was dancing and like painting. But sometimes I use it. In my last post on Instagram, I used AI for that, and she was moving, dancing, and she was kissing the fishes. And I see how it was interesting for others, But completely, I don't want to say that. I don't want to paint, and just I want to do with the AI. Yeah.
So yeah, we also consider digital tools as well as digital media an opportunity for our students as well. We do have a Metaverse campus, not only at our faculty, but from January it is going to be offered to all GGG, the umbrella institution of BSPI, to all universities and institutions under GGG. So all the students or lecturers, professors will have the opportunity to offer their work in this Metaverse campus. Mm-hmm. So last semester, our students uploaded their portfolio on the spaces in Metaverse so that people from all over the world could have the opportunity to visit them. It was also a very interesting experience, not only for the students, also for the audience. Uh-huh. So at our faculty, we also have this compromise between fully digital created or generated art, and or just the contrary, denying the existence of AI or spaces like metaverse. So maybe you are also going to actually have an exhibition at our university campus.
Yeah,
Why
yeah.
not?
I think everything that makes you lazy or just stop your creativity, it means that you don't use it well, because you can use ChatGPT not for everything. You can use, okay, it's my idea. What do you think? Can you correct that? But sometimes everything, when you rely on AI, and it can stop your creativity. Even you are not brave, to talk about yourself, and you want to check the first. You want to check. And I think everything that make you not creative, make you lazy, and it's not about its problem. It's about your problem, because you have to learn how you can use it to have your own, maybe more professional. Also about the making CV portfolio, I was making that and finally asked, is it okay, where is wrong, and I can just edit it.
Maybe the artists also must learn how to survive in the new ecosystem of the digital age.
Yeah, actually we have to. In the time that it was NFT, sorry. Yeah. In that moment, I was afraid, and some of my friends tried that, and they make a lot of money. And for me, it really takes time to trust them. And after I was thinking, okay, I can trust and I can try, it was really late, because a lot of a scammer was coming there and it doesn't work.
I also created an NFT and tried to sell it. Of course, I failed, but I learned a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, about your previous work, is there any moment where you were stuck? So you struggled a lot to, get this inspiration and creativity. So, is there any time when it was very challenging for you to finish your work?
Yeah.
Have you ever had this experience?
Yeah, I have. Mostly in Germany, I had. Because I'm really out of focus. For me, it's a kind of meditation, I know, but actually it's a lot of things to do, and can be repetitive for me, when I want to make it something new, and again I see, okay, I'm not ready for new thing, because I have a lot of new thing to solve, and again I just come back to my previous subject. I can say about 6 months I'm trying to make a different subject, but I see no, it's not, for me it's not creative time, so I can again more work on it, maybe with a different shape, maybe with a little bit different story, but yeah.
So you were waiting for Godot?
Yeah, I'm actually not waiting, we're looking for Godot. Yeah.
Okay, so my last question will be about your next project. So do you have something that you are planning?
Yeah, in intro program, actually I wanted to have a benefit from intro, and I see that they are much more about the movie showing, and
Okay.
there was 2 ideas that probably I want to do. One of them is about making a movie from my painting, and movement, and like a story, like a movie, but my painting are the character of the movie. And another project that I'm working on, it is about my life. It's a documentary movie, and it's my first movie that I want to make. So I'm just recording some movie from the childhood, some trauma that it was maybe fun for us in the in the education of my family. Sometimes I was like forced to do that, because if I don't do, it seems I'm impolite. Yeah. And I want to make from my childhood with that hijab in the school, and some problem and some new thing. And also there was a short time I was a little bit religious about, because the education was really focused on religious. And after that, I found myself, step by step, art was really huge, a step to find myself. And also it was, a really bad time for my mother, because my mother found me really different and like a, you know, as a, no, as a disobedience thinking, no, I don't want to go, I don't want to do, I'm not agree with that.
Rebelled over.
And the art, and just step by step I want to do, but mostly it's about the immigration. Finally, from the childhood until now, it's about the immigration and how I'm making my life and which kind of challenge I had sometime in school, and mostly Jico is in my movie.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the project I want to make. I hope that it works. It's my first experience, can be.
Yeah. We also have guests today in the audience, in the AudioMax at our campus in Bahrenfeld. Probably we'll have some questions, if it's okay with you.
Yeah.
Is there any question? Yes, Moylin. Our colleague Moylin Chong has a question for you. Moylin first.
Sure.
Sorry. Then, sorry.
Right, hello. I'd just like to know a little bit more about your materials and techniques, and I guess your process when you start approaching your paintings. So what do you sort of do, or how do you work out your painting when you first approach it, an empty canvas?
Yeah. Usually because of the limited space, I had to choose material that can be dried faster. And maybe 99% of my painting are acrylic on canvas because of the space. But in art residency, I had a huge studio. Also, I tried to have with oil. And also, I have a habit when I'm painting, all of the thing is colorful, and I see oil has for me like a really huge challenging, and I stop it. But also I'm thinking about the oil using oil color for my painting. But I'm really familiar with acrylic, like 8 years I'm familiar with acrylic. And about the canvas, usually I don't have a plan to do what I want to do. It's really depend about the music, my mood, and sometimes I don't have any drawing before, just I go there and I do that, and it's really flexible canvas because you can put another color and again destroying, and how much you want you can.
Maria?
I would like to thank you both for this inspirational conversation. And very insightful. We got to learn a lot about your work, but also your journey from your childhood almost to here. And I would have a lot of questions, but I will try to form only 2 to start with. Having followed you all along, you know, taking us on this journey as well as our viewers and also listeners, I felt like I was into a kind of life narrative, a storytelling thread, which I also feel that comes out of your paintings, which they're very rich visually, almost like tableau vivants with so many symbols and symbolic, you know, tales to say. So I wonder if you have thought about writing down some of those, let's say, allegories, metaphors that you carry in your paintings, that you represent, those fishes, you know, those, the animals, but also the forms that we see within the bodies. So this is number 1, because I see a connection there to storytelling, visual storytelling. And the second is, those bodies are also, they look feminine, and they seem also, it's like an exploration of femininity to one level. And the second level is that, to me, I don't know if that connects to migration, it's like their bodies become like living memories, because except the one in the middle, the other 2, they are full bodies with lots of different images, and the background is very minimal. So Is it like that you see the human body and the feminine body as a vehicle of memory and migration?
Yeah. About the pattern that they have in their body, the pattern actually is about some unfair traditional belief about the women. It's like a memory, it's a history from their childhood. And in childhood, we don't know that it's a right because we don't have any knowledge about the society. And I can say like there is some writing about the women should not cry, women should not laugh loud. Like it's really, it's really like against humanity. And also there is some order about the women. Women have to make a baby, in the traditional country because they like to have a kitchen women because they can control better, And the pattern actually is exactly the belief, the unfair belief about them, and they have to fight about that. It's really long history. It's really difficult to fight about something that it's really deeply on people, inside the people. But for making revolution, you have to consider your history from the beginning. What happened that now you are here? Because about the Islamic dictator government in my country, they start from the beginning with the small rules against the women, and they were afraid of women because the first revolutionary was woman, and they start from the small rules about the women. Women don't have a right to go to the offices without hijab, and for them it was okay. Not bad, outside we are without hijab, it's okay. And it's just growing up. And I just was considering that what happened that now we are here, because when you have a 1, 2, 3 problem, it's okay, you can consider. But when the problem are huge, you are confused and you should say, okay, what happened that now I'm here? So for me, it's maybe if we were enough smart to know what exactly is behind the subject, we didn't have this much problem. So it's about taking care really deeply about what the government asks you for what. It's not about, okay, we can do it easy, And the pattern is saying like that, yeah. And
so the body becomes itself a vehicle of resistance,
yeah.
Memory and resistance.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you very much. And have you thought about writing also to invite your, let's say, participants in your art, because it's a little bit more experiential. It's not about viewing, it's about feeling at the same time and experiencing what you have experienced. Have you thought about writing also to?
Yeah. Also, I'm writing sometime about the story behind the dictator. I am not writer actually. I don't say, but for me, sometimes it's affecting on my painting because I don't want to talk directly actually, because there is a form, there is a number, there is some writing locally lullaby in my painting also. And it's really sad, because when you compare the lullaby from the Eastern and Western, you can see Western lullaby is really happy and music, but in the Eastern country it's such a sad, it's about the losing, it's about the, some sad, and it's not really good for children also. And writing is a good way for me because sometimes it can be formed on my canvas, yeah.
Thank you very much.
Do we have any other questions? Yeah, please. Please tell your name.
Yeah, I'm
first.
Sujat. I would like to know how will your thought process be while doing the painting? Like, will you have a?
Can you Louder.
Yeah, I would like to know will you have a continuous thought flow while doing the painting? Like, will you get the thought flow for each and every strokes, or you plan it accordingly while doing it?
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I didn't understand the accent.
Can you
sorry.
please repeat louder?
Yeah,
Yeah,
like since you like do the painting based on what comes to your mind, like you don't plan things before
Yeah.
most
yeah.
of the time.
Okay, got it.
Like, is it like a continuous thought flow you have when you're holding the brush, or you stop and then do things? Like, is it like that, or like, is it does it go on a continuous stretch?
Basically, it's your method of working.
Yeah.
So, do you have a continuous working style, or from time to time you stop and then keep on working, continue to work, or?
It's continuously working actually. Sometimes I don't come back in my atelier like 1 week, 2-3 days, and after I come back, my mood is completely different. Yeah, and also I see now I have to change something because my mood is different, and it's a lot of changing. And finally, I found some balance about my painting, but I don't have something in my mind. Just when I open the atelier, I put all of the problem behind the door. And as how long I am in I'm the atelier in my room, I don't think about anything. Actually, with a really, really free mind, I try to do that because you cannot focus on two things both. I can focus on painting and music, on dancing and music, and painting also, But when I'm thinking about the problem, the same moment I cannot do anything. I think it can stop my creativity. But after time, maybe music reminding me, but after time I see, okay, I feel something and I can paint. Yeah, I hope I answered.
And since it is like a memory stored within each pixel or within each fill that you put onto the canvas, so does this memory always stay? And if you want to change something later, have you changed certain things, or have you kept the things that you get on the first shot or something like that?
You are also keeping your memory to be inspired to reflect your art?
Yeah, sometimes, yeah. I think about the art, I cannot say something short thing because it's like a white canvas and I'm white, exactly. When I'm going to paint, I'm completely white. And the time that this color is coming, also maybe my memory is coming, my trauma is coming. But in the beginning, I'm white completely. And I just, how much that my painting is getting full, also I'm getting like a more sad or more motivated about I'm doing good, or it's like equal with the color that is coming. I'm also being more emotional. Yeah, maybe it can work like that.
Yeah.
Hello, my name is Nicole. I'm lecturer here at BSPI, Hamburg. And so we're talking about the style, and we talked about with our students about finding their own style. As a beginning, as a designer or you as an artist, how long take this journey to find you this specific style? I mean, at the beginning, maybe you have different kind of styles, or that was it?
Yeah. In the beginning, I have a picture, and I had the color. It was like a child, and I was just making, like it was maybe in the beginning was abstract something, and it was not serious. Everything that I was finding, like destroying paper I was doing, or in the train I was doing. And the first series was a lot of shape. It was a writing, but I changed it as a shape. It was some people, and they were like they had some damaging thing on the body. And after time, I had a friend, and he was a calligrapher, And he was really educated about the art and art history, and he just showed me Saqqa Khane style. And Saqqa Khane style is really famous, and the person that made it, it's a Hossein Zenderudi. It's a Charles Hossein Zenderudi, and he sell a lot in the really great action. And I saw Saqqa Khane, and I really fell in love with that. And after I said, okay, maybe I try just without anything, without any information. And I was trying, and 1 year I didn't show my painting, just it was for me, and I was making a lot. And the first time that I showed my art, even I didn't have signature, you know, I was thinking, okay, I'm doing like, and I remember that I couldn't think about it. I'm serious painter, but after the first exhibition, I see people reaction. And after I found myself, okay, maybe it's better to think and have a more education about this style. And 5 years I worked on it.
Because of the reaction from the audience?
No, it was in the first I fell in love with that because it was it was for others also this challenging, traditional and modern. Should I be completely modern? But you know, when you have a lot of technology and sometimes for your holiday you prefer to go to the village. So I was thinking it's coming from something. Maybe it's about the locality thinking. Maybe it's about the exactly about your insight. So I see the Suri is exactly our challenging and my challenge also. Sometimes there's a traditional thing and really brave way, and I'm between, and I say, okay, now I want to be out of traditional, and I try that one. Even it's unknown, it's strange, and it's maybe also dangerous, but I do. And that's what it was for me. And also it was a local thinking about the color and shape.
So last question from my side. So can you give young talents an advice maybe to finding the way, the path that they should go? Maybe an advice that could help you when you started, or it helped you when you started, an advice?
Actually, there is no advice, just about myself, I don't think about it seriously. Even I have some painting that I was thinking that it should not be really good and serious thinking, but I was doing as a fun, and I see how it's better, even better than some painting that I had, and I was working a lot on it. It's like it's like life, because when I'm serious about something and I'm really like running about that, I see how it's running away, you know. And art is like that. I think just do everything you want and never mind that people are judging you or thinking, are you have an idea about that or not? Because 1 year I didn't have any idea about my painting. Everybody was asking, I was saying, what do you think about that? And I see people reaction. I was considering what they want, what they think, what they see. And after I said, okay, so I need to have a more education about this style. Yeah, in my mind, not serious thinking about art, especially its work.
Thank you.
Hello.
Might be the last question from you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was going to actually ask the same question as the second question, but I can say that you said that you worked in IT and like engineering and stuff because like that's what they wanted from you to do.
Yeah.
What would you say if you don't found like painting as your passion and as your love? Because I'm a designer student myself. It's coming from a personal way. What would you do if you feel lost and you wouldn't find the painting, like you love painting, and what would happen if you got lost and don't know what to do? Because being successful and happy is what they impose to us in our culture as well. So actually, as a designer myself, I'm really scared to get lost in the field that I'm traveling right now, like in design. So I just want to ask that. What do you do when you get lost or if you don't find painting as your passion?
tough question.
No, no, usually I think about that. No, it was really a sweet question because maybe outfit designer. Yeah.
Right now, I'm a branding designer, actually, social media, graphic designer. Yeah.
Ah, cool.
I'm an MA visual communication student here.
Wow,
So,
yeah, yeah. I think about that, and also I like to learn dance. You know, I'm sometimes jealous of every level of art, like a singer also, I like to be singer. Yeah. But outfit, I think it's painting an outfit or making some different style. Because about the outfit also, when I see some people with the different outfit, I'm really, appreciate that, because I say, you are talking with me, you are talking about your character, and I like it, I think.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
So just to make a contribution to that question, I think that sometimes an artist must be lost,
Yeah.
because it might be one of the most important nutrition for creativity. So to find again yourself or your art, you should be lost, so that you should find creative ways of getting out of this sea as a fish and then swim towards big oceans.
Yeah, I think it has every time when you want to lose everything, you are completely disappointed. I think sometimes it's enough. I know that it can be deep experience losing something, and also I lost my customer. I had the audience from selling my painting in Iran, but now because of the difference of money, and I lost my platform to sell on the site in Iran also. Sometimes I'm really mad of that, because I say, okay, how much I want to lose? It's okay, I'm losing and I'm making art enough. I want to see peaceful a little bit for us.
Yeah, we are too scared one. So I think this is the end of another interesting Café Artistique. So dear guests, colleagues, students, followers on YouTube, thank you very much for joining us today for this inspiring episode of Café Artistique. Dear Termeh, thank you very much for sharing your journey, which was very interesting, full of creativity, as well as diversity, trauma, transformation. It's very colorful, actually, for your vision and the powerful stories behind your work. Thank you very much for that.
Thank you.
I also want to thank to our provost, Professor Kyriakos Kouvaliotis, Dr. Nilüfer Aminpour, our production team, Suhail and Claudio, Dr. Hasan Musharraf for the contribution, and our colleague from the operation team, Lalit Singh, for their continuous support for making this Café Artistique always possible. And we look forward to welcoming you again another time on another occasion. And thank you very much for watching, and see you at the next Café Artistique. And on behalf of BSPI, I also have something little for you, just flowers, which is always actually a good inspiration for all artists.
Thank you.
And also some little stuff for
Wow.
you. Thanks a lot for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for everything. Thank you.